This is a screencast demonstrating how to set up uncomplicated categories in the menu navigation of your site, and will also include how to set up multiple top-level categories to show up in that menu. On the Uncomplicated demo site, I've already set it up so that I've deployed the category list here on the left-hand side, and you can find information on that in a previous screencast. Now I'm going to focus much more on this main menu. All the navigation is sorted through Shopify's main navigation pages. So if I go into my admin section and then into online store navigation, I can see here all of the link lists that make up my navigation. Now we've been through this in previous screencasts, and as you can see here, this is where all the categories are defined. What you'll notice at the moment is that my main menu doesn't refer to any of my other menus. It has this link to products, but products is just a link to a single collection. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the main menu so that instead of using products, it actually uses categories, and I'm going to make it refer to that collection. That's fine, because it's the link name that's important here. So what Uncomplicated Categories will now do, if I go into Apps, Uncomplicated Categories, is it will allow me to select the root of my category tree. Now that hasn't changed. This category tree is still descended from categories. These are the categories I want to show on the site. However, when I scroll down now, you'll notice that we're currently looking at the old version of the links, and that's because I haven't clicked refresh. So I click refresh and it goes off to Shopify, pulls the latest version of those navigation elements, those link lists. So now when I go to categories, I can see that the categories menu has actually been merged into the main menu. So I've still got categories selected as my top level, and that means that this category list is still going to appear the same, but it's also part of the main menu. Now the supply theme is set up such that if it finds a category that contains subcategories in the main menu, it will display it on the front end of the site. So if I go now back into the front end, you'll notice that this, where it was a single static link before, has now become a submenu. And in that submenu are each of the top level categories. So by clicking one of those top level categories, I go to that section of the site, and this is something we've shown in the previous screencast. What I'd like to do next is actually make it so that this top level menu features several of these top level categories. If I go back to the admin section, then I'm going to change my main menu to refer to some of those top level categories. The ones I'd like to include are photography, technology, and film and TV. So main menu, here I'm going to change what was categories into photography, and I'm going to link it to its collection. So I have a collection called photography. I'm going to add a couple more links in here. This one for technology, which is going to go to the technology section. Too many mentions of technologies elsewhere. There we go, technology, and film and TV. Now I'm deliberately leaving out the fourth of my 4 top level categories, which is called home audio. And the reason for that is I want to show the flexibility of uncomplicated categories. You can choose to have all these categories in your main menu. You can choose to have just some of them in your main menu, or none at all. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just saving that. I'm now going to go back into the app, Uncomplicated Categories. We've changed the navigation, so we need to refresh. So it's going to pull the category list again. Fundamentally, the category list is still the same. So all of these categories are still the same. It's just that now they appear in 2 places. One set of menus descended from the categories menu, and the second descended from the main menu. Now in the main menu we refer to photography, technology, and film and TV. And what it's done is it's actually pulled those relevant submenus, those relevant sub-navigation link lists, into the right section in here. Now we don't have to change this. Categories is still going to be our top level, but now when we go to the front end of the site, we're going to see a slightly different picture. Into the front end, and now instead of there being one menu with drop downs, I have several. You'll notice here photography, technology, and film and TV are here, as are their subcategories, and that means I can link straight into one of those subcategories. When I do, my categories list here on the left-hand side of the page adapts, and some of my categories don't have many products in at the moment because I haven't populated them all, but I hope this gives you a sense of what's possible. So this shows how to have multiple top-level categories on your site. I would very much appreciate any comments or feedback. If there's anything I can do to improve this, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks very much for the opportunity to talk to you.